10mm versus 357 Magnum. I really don't think there's a debate, but I have 4 targets to find out. You have got to be kidding me. This 5.5-inch diameter pine tree needs to come down today, but I forgot my freaking chainsaw at home. I wonder. No, I'm not actually shooting a tree this time, but I will be using this piece of 6x6 pressure treated lumber as our first target, and it should give us a pretty good idea if these cartridges would make for good backup chainsaws. And it'll be backed up by a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, so hopefully that tells us who wins. I think we're good to go. Hey, Terry. Man, am I a good shot. Of course I meant for that to happen, but anyway, let's check out the back and see. Ooh, look at those exit holes right there. I mean, that might be because they were so close together, but anyway, let's check out. Ooh, okay, 2 clean holes through the 3/4 inch piece of plywood. That is pretty dang impressive. Okay, that's a little more like it right there. Now let's check out the back and see. Ooh, okay, about the same damage as a 10mm. Let's check out the, ooh, okay, 2 clean holes. Let's make 2 clean holes in the plywood. We've got 2 pretty dang good backup chainsaws on our hands, but this calls for sudden death. And by that I just mean adding a 1/4 inch piece of mild steel behind it. I think we are good to go. So there's our shot right there, and we already know it went through. Let's check out the, ooh, okay, that's a little more damage than I was, well, never mind. It really didn't do anything, it just left a mark on the steel. Let's see if the 357 can do any better than that. There's that shot, I'll definitely take it. We already know it went through though, so let's see, ooh, basically the same markings as the 10mm. Guys, I think this one is definitely a draw. All right, let's get this trash out of here. Oh, sorry, Terry, I didn't see you there. Let's get this trash out of here. Okay, there we go, that's better. Let's see if we could get this out. This is not trash, but we'll set that up here for now. Do the flip. Okay. Get some concrete, set it down, and there you have a perfect sand setup. Based on what we found out about sand over these tests, I'm thinking we have a pretty good chance of getting through this 6-inch box of sand, but who knows? Well, actually, this 3/4 inch piece of plywood will know, because that's what's going to tell us if it actually makes it the whole way through. I think we're good to go. Well, I'd say that's not too bad of a shot placement. Now let's turn it around, and we are not getting anything this time. Absolutely nothing on there, and absolutely nothing on the 3/4 inch piece of plywood. Looks like we're losing a little bit of sand out that hole, though. Holy shit. Way more sand than I thought. Not gonna lie, I think I jerked that one to the right. Just a little though. Now let's turn it around, and what do we get? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well guys, I guess I was wrong, but what do you want me to say? I guess it's a draw. Let's get this lousy sandbox out of here. Get the concrete, save it for the next test, and we gotta flip this bad boy around. Alrighty. Now we are really good to go. Here's a scenario for you. There's a bad guy running at you with a concrete paver exactly 1.57 inches thick, and it's acting as body armor. You look down and see a Glock 40 and a 686. Which one should you choose? Well, it just so happens that I have a 1.57 inch thick piece of concrete for each of these, so let's find out. Looking good. Actually, Terry, buddy, would you mind coming with me for a second? You don't want to? Well, that's just too dang bad. Terry, I'm trusting you to protect the family jewels. Can you do that for me? Oh, thank you, Terry. Pretty safe to say that he, or they, if you want to be inclusive about it, did not have their body armor anymore, but let's see if you got the bad guy. Ooh, absolutely not. Although a little bit of spalling or fragmentation may have nicked up their skin. Now let's see if we could get that block back together, and you'll have to give me a minute. Yeah, I'm not finding all those pieces if they even exist anymore. It did quite a number on this piece of concrete right here. And look at what I found over here, if you can see through. This appears to be the jacket from that one. Freaking awesome. I think that's the right diameter anyway. You want to know something interesting? This Glock has a 6-inch barrel, which includes the chamber in that length, just like any other semi-auto handgun. But when a revolver says that it has a 6-inch barrel, it is literally talking about the barrel length itself. The chambers are not included in this measurement. So next time someone comes up to you and says, I'm gonna shove a 6-inch Glock up your ass, first thing I would say is, well, that's better than a 6-inch revolver. And then the next thing I would say is, wait, what? Also, these Timney Alpha triggers are pretty freaking awesome. Can the good old 357 do the trick? I don't know. Terry, buddy, you're not doing too good of a job. A piece of concrete literally hit me right on the arm. What are you doing? Guys, don't try this at home, especially without a state-of-the-art shield like mine. Seriously, don't try it at home. I don't know, those were some pretty good results too. Pretty safe to say that the armor would be gone in either event, but let's see if the attacker is... Yep, absolutely nothing other than the spalling or fragmentation, just like the 10mm. Maybe even slightly less than the 10mm, but I'm gonna call this one a draw. Whoops, they look identical. Check out this lead monster looking thing that I found. I don't know which bullet it's from, but I thought it was pretty cool. Had to be from the concrete. All right, Unisled, I'll be taking these off your hands. Oh, that was loud. Let's turn you around. Well, actually flip you around. And we got all the dust off there. I think we are looking good to go. Guess that's pollen buildup or something. I don't know. Nah, neither one of these cartridges are fast enough to do much of anything on steel. Oh, you don't believe me? How about we start the 357 Magnum off with an 1/8" mild steel plate? Well, can it go through a tin can? Yep, I think so. Whew, I thought it went through, but that is definitely not a hole. Dented the shit out of the back of it though. Well, can the 10mm at least go through a tin can? The 10mm definitely has the can covered. Based on those results, they both absolutely suck on mild steel, but have you ever wondered what this damage looks like in ballistic gel? Well, it just so happens that I have a brand new block of clear ballistics gel sent to me by Clear Ballistics Gel, so thank you to them for that. Let's see which bullet does more damage throughout this whole thing, and I'll be switching to XTPs for this one, so let's go get some velocities. And with that out of the way, I really hope it's a lot easier to see this time, but there is our shot right there, and holy shite balls did that fragment. See if we could get our finger, oh yeah, right in the hole. Now let's check out that wound channel and see how deep it went. Ho-ho! Oh my gosh, that has to be the best looking handgun performance, or small handgun performance I've seen. That is a freaking crazy wound channel. Looks like it came to about the 13-inch mark maybe. Let me grab my tape measure real quick. Okay, so it actually looks like about 13.25 if I had to guess. That is pretty freaking crazy penetration. And I can't get over this fragmentation. That kind of rhymed. But can the 357 Magnum do better than that? That is gonna be tough to beat, but we'll see. And guys, if you're needing any ballistic gel, I would definitely recommend checking out Midway USA because they have a giant selection of clear ballistic gel products, as well as anything else, or just about anything else you might be interested in. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. And I really appreciate Midway USA for supporting this channel. There's where the 357 Magnum landed. As you can see from the front, there is quite a big difference between the wound channels, you know, like I said, from the front. And I don't think, yeah, I can't really get my finger in that hole. Let's check out the wound channels from the, whoa! Look at the difference between the 10mm and the 357. And the crazy thing is the 357 keeps going. Man, what is that, like 24 inches of penetration? The 357 thought about popping out, but the blog was like, nope. Let me grab my tape measure real quick. You're not gonna believe this. It landed at about the 25 3/8 inch mark. That is some insane penetration. Absolutely insane. Let's head back to the bench and do a little more investigation though. I think it really depends on what you're intending to shoot, so I'm gonna call this one a draw. And these are both max, and I mean max loads, or at least the hottest load that I would want to shoot in a factory Glock barrel, or should I say a factory slot barrel. Let me just look at this right here. And with the 357 Magnum, I was using the highest charge of H110 I could find anywhere. But guys, I know the velocity is not crazy. I really struggle to get any sort of decent velocity out of that 686. Let me know if you're having the same issue. I don't know if it's the forcing cone or the cylinder gap or what it is. Anyway, 15 plus 1 compared to 6 or even 8 at the max. Personally, I'm going with a 10 every time, or basically every time.